Hi, everybody. Elida Zweidler-McKay from the ZM Coach. We're all about helping you move up in your career, whether that's getting a promotion in your current company or finding a new job somewhere else. Whatever up-leveling means to you, that is what we help people do. So today I want to talk to you about 3 signs that you might be stuck or stalled in your career and maybe not even realize it. So I know several people who have gotten really comfortable in their jobs. They've been there maybe 3 to 5 years, and they've been excited by the challenges that they've been facing. They've got good work to do. Their boss gives them good feedback, positive feedback, and so they're happy where they are, but where they are may not be all that's available to them. So first of all, I just want to say I don't have any there's no right or wrong for me about whether you are constantly moving up to the next level. Like if you decide that middle manager is where you want to stay, you're happy at a senior manager or director level, there's nothing that says you have to keep pushing to get to director or get to vice president or whatever. But I want to raise this question with you because I think sometimes people sell themselves short and think that the level that they're at is all they're really capable of when that's actually not true. And so I just want to prepare you with a couple of the signs that you can be looking for to see if maybe there's more available to you that is not quite happening in your current organization. So the first sign to be watching for is when you have a boss who is telling you that you're doing a great job. You go to the performance review and your scores are all really high, but there's no real constructive feedback. There's no constructive criticism about how you could be improving or where you could be growing or what else you could be doing to be stretching. When you ask for that, the boss says, I don't know, you're doing great. Or maybe you don't even ask, but kind of what the boss is always saying is praise and telling you what a good job you're doing, but there's not really room to grow. I'm here to tell you that no matter what role you're in, there's always room to grow. There's always ways to be better at what you do, whether you want to move up or not. And so, if you're working for someone who is not giving you that really good constructive feedback that's going to help you grow or giving you opportunities where you can stretch yourself a little bit, that's a real sign that you might be stagnated and that you might be in a position that's not really serving you in terms of helping you meet the kinds of goals that you might want to have in your life. Now, again, you may not have the goal of moving up, and that's fine. But most people, I think, want to learn and grow in some way. And so if you have a boss who's not supporting you in that, not helping you find opportunities to do that, that's a pretty good sign that you might be a little bit stuck. Another example is when that happens, this sometimes happens together. Um, the person I'm talking to will tell me, well, I'm sort of comfortable at my level. Like I see how hard the people at the next level up work, and I think it's going to be too much work. I won't be able to balance my work and family. I won't be able to do it. Now, I know in some organizations that is true, that there's a level of work hours and commitment that people make as they move up the organization that can make it feel really challenging to want to step into that, especially if you're at a point in your life where that's not what you want. You're raising young kids or you're close to retirement or whatever. But I also want to put in front of you the idea that just because your boss is working like a crazy maniac doesn't mean that when you moved into that role, you would have to do the same. I think that at every single level in an organization, there are opportunities to overwork, to be inefficient, to hoard too much work and not delegate and not pass things on. That is a challenge that I see clients facing at every single level of the organization. So it's not necessarily true that the next level in the organization is going to require more from you in terms of quantity of work or work-life balance than your current level. It will require more from you in terms of strategic thinking, seeing the big picture instead of the details, maybe delegating to a bigger team. Those are some real challenges. But whether that takes you longer or less time, that's kind of going to depend on your toolkit and your readiness and your preparedness and the team that you have around you. So another place where I think people are stuck and don't realize it is when they're stuck in that story of I can't really move up because it wouldn't work with my work-life balance or it wouldn't work with my with my life outside of work. I don't think that has to be true. It certainly can be a challenge, but I don't think that has to be true. And I believe that because I've helped several clients at several of those levels create a work life situation that really works for them. And again, that has to do with how you delegate, how you manage expectations, how you manage responsibilities, and how you manage your time. All of which I know I help people with, and other clients do as well. Other coaches do as well. The third area where you might be stuck and not quite realize it is when, similar to the boss giving you lots of praise and telling you you're doing great, but not giving you really constructive feedback, is when your boss is giving you, all that praise and all those, good assignments and sort of seeing good results from you, but telling you that in some way you're not ready for promotion. So again, this is one where you probably do notice that you're stuck, but this is where um, you've gotten good results, you've made good progress, you've hit your milestones, you've gotten really positive feedback. And yet, when it comes time for promotion, the boss is telling you you're not quite ready. But when you ask, what else would it take for me to be ready, or what else do I need to do? They can't articulate what that would look like. That's usually a sign that there's a challenge in the growth of the organization, that there like isn't really a role for you to move into, more than that it's you're not ready. Sometimes it's that you're not ready, but I would argue that if the real reason is that you're not ready, a good boss would be able to tell you what kinds of areas you need to grow or what your opportunities are to be ready. And if your boss isn't giving you that, then it's a pretty good sign that you're stuck and that maybe that organization or that boss is not going to continue to be the right fit for you if what you want is to continue to learn and grow and stretch yourself and move forward in your career. So those are three of the ways that I think people can, get these sort of mixed signals, or get, praise and good opportunities and assignments that feel good, but don't result in, that next level role or that next level paycheck. Because face it, these are real financial trade-offs. If you are someone who's doing really good work and are ready for the next level, there's a financial cost to you not stepping to that next level. Now, again, nothing to say that you have to do that, but if you're capable of it and if you can do it in a way that's not going to put your rest of your life at risk, which I think you can, then there's a real financial trade-off. Usually a move up would be worth, several $1,000s at least. And so choosing to stay put because you're comfortable, because your boss says you're not quite ready, because your boss is telling you you're great where you are and you don't really need to move up, that's really costing you, at least five figures. So again, money isn't everything, but just want to raise that flag for you that, you might be in a position where more is available to you, and you've gotten comfortable and you're not yet seeing it. So just want to invite you to kind of take a look in the mirror and see if you're in any of these patterns. And if you are, we'd love to help you get out of them and help you at least begin to explore what it could look like to move on to whatever your next challenge might be. Sure, it's going to mean leaving your comfort zone. It's going to mean stretching and growing, but really at the end of the day, isn't that what life's all about? Continuing to grow and move forward and develop. And wouldn't that be much more exciting than just continuing to be told you're doing a good job? Again, we'd love to help you make an appointment to talk with someone on our team. We'll talk to you about where you are now in your career, where you might want to go if you had a free pass, and what it would look like to get from here to there. If we can help you get there, we'll talk with you about what that could look like. If we're not the right fit for that, we'll let you know that as well and see if we can hook you up with a coach that would be a better fit. Wishing you all the best. Let's get you unstuck and moving toward what's possible for you. Take care.